Listen, we all know that Modern Warfare 2 has its problems, but we have to talk about that UI. This game's UI is by far one of the worst UIs I have not seen only in COD, but in general. Now, if you don't know, Infinity Ward hired someone from Hulu to make the UI for this game, and I'm not saying that's the direct reason for the problem, but it definitely resembles the horrible UI Hulu had back in like 2017. Now, I don't know why Infinity Ward sought to hire someone from a streaming service to make a UI for a game, but it is what it is, I guess. I don't know, a streaming service and a video game are just two different things, and I think this beta made it very clear that you shouldn't have a streaming service UI in a game. But the best way I can honestly show off this UI to you is with this video that's been blowing up of this guy trying to navigate it with his controller. Navigating this UI on controller was a nightmare. One of my homies I was playing with was actually trying to tell me how to navigate the gunsmith so I could figure out how to use specific weapons and specific weapon attachments, which in itself is already a nightmare, but he literally told me to use a mouse instead since it was so annoying to figure it out on controller. I can only imagine what it was like for my console players to navigate this menu. But regardless though, besides the controller problems, the UI was still just bad to begin with. I think the main problem I had with this, besides the gunsmith, was trying to figure out how to play specific game modes. When you load up the game, you're greeted with the message of the day, which takes up about 90% of the screen. See, normally the message of the day in games is usually tucked away in a corner of the menu or somewhere, but in this UI, nope, it is in the middle of the screen. You cannot miss it. But after that though, you can really only go down to find the other stuff. So going down on the D-pad or however you choose, you see what's hot, and it's basically just 3 different playlists that I'm assuming are hot at the time, but it's still not where you find all the game modes to play the game. To do that, you go down one more time where you see Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, and it's just called Games. Now in the video you're seeing on screen, it was actually the first time I found out that's how you actually find the playlist, since originally I thought all that section of the games was to take you to the store or something. And I say this because usually you don't make the way to actually play the game the very last thing you see on the menu. Usually the very last thing you see on the menu is for buying stuff, and I just thought that was another way to pre-order the game, but nope, that's how you actually play the game. So once you actually click on Modern Warfare 2 now, in the game section, you're thrown into a much easier UI to understand, but still, the UI still sucks here. Now, if you notice, you're brought to the featured section of the games, which yes, has more game modes, but still isn't all of them. It's just an expanded what's hot pretty much. For someone like me though, that just wanted to play TDM and Hardpoint, to find that out, you would have to go to Quick Play and then sort to only queue Hardpoint instead of having TDM, Hardpoint, and DOM selected. Even when I was typing up my script for this video, I gave myself a headache trying to remember how to explain all of this. I know I'm not the smartest guy ever, but my god, this UI hurts to navigate. Might just be a skill issue though. Regardless though, I will say this, I appreciate the new UI despite how bad it is. I know I've said it before in a previous video and I gave examples on it, but I honestly just can't remember for the life of me what video it was, but one of my small criticisms with COD recently is that the UI has been the same. Now, up to Modern Warfare 2019, every single COD we got a brand new UI and menu, which was something I think went unnoticed since ever since Modern Warfare 19, we have had the exact same menu and UI for every COD. Modern Warfare 2019 has the exact same menu as Cold War and Vanguard. There is literally no changes besides the fact that the games are set in the 80s and the 40s. So while I don't like the UI, I appreciate it since it's something new and it's something nice. Having the same UI year after year feels like the game isn't new, and it feels like you're pretty much just getting the same game again, but with a different time setting, which yes is pretty much what COD is, but getting a different menu for each game made it feel more unique. Now this might be just a small detail that no one really cares about, but I think it's one of those small details that makes a huge subliminal change that goes unnoticed and is really underappreciated. In the end though, while I do appreciate having a new UI after 3 years of copy and paste, this UI simply sucks. I'm not a UI designer by any means, but I just feel like they're overthinking it. The UI should be something unique, but not overcomplicated like it is here. I would stick to the basics, but make it unique. And now what I mean by that is that you have the main menu where you can pick either campaign, multiplayer, spec ops, or Warzone, and then whichever mode you pick, you have it take you to another menu that's just as simple, and then work upon that. I know it was brought up in the Optic podcast, but just look how simple the Modern Warfare 3 menu is. You pick either spec ops, multiplayer, or campaign, and then it takes you to another menu where you choose Xbox Live, split screen, LAN, options, etc. You get what I'm trying to say. If you look at the old CODs, you'll notice how a lot of them have the same basic formula of being easy to understand and not complicated, yet all of them are all unique to their respective game. That's all Modern Warfare 2 needs, just make it simple and unique like the old CODs. Please don't leave it like this overcomplicated and confusing menu like Hulu's old UI, and please, just make it more simple. Let me know though what you think of this game's menu and if it needs work or not. Or just let me know if it's simply just a skill issue on my part. If you did enjoy the video though, make sure not to leave without leaving a like and subscribing for more, but until next time, see ya.